Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rifial Kalamahardika, and on this video I would like to tell you some stories of life of our last messenger of God, the one who completed the deen of Islam, the one and only our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He was known as the Prophet and the founder of Islam. Muhammad was born around 570 AD in Mecca, now in Saudi Arabia. His mother, Aminah, was the daughter of Wahab ibn Abdul Manaf of Zahra family, and his father, Abdullah, was the son of Abdul Muttalib. His ancestors can be traced to the noble house of Ismail, the son of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him. The Prophet's father died before he was born. His mother took care of him till age of 6. By the time past 6, his mother passed away, and then his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, took care of the orphan child, but the old chief passed away in the next 2 years, and before his death, he put the little one in charge of his uncle, Abu Talib. Muhammad belonged to a poor but respectable family of the Quraysh tribe. The family was active in Meccan politics and trade. Many of tribes living in the Arabian Peninsula at the time were nomadic, trading goods as they crisscrossed the desert. Most tribes were polytheistic, worshipping their own set of gods. The town of Mecca was an important trading and religious center, home to many temples and worship sites where the devoted prayed to the idols of these gods. The most famous site was the Pbuh, meaning cube in Arabic. It is believed to have been built by Abraham to Muslims, and his son Ismail. Gradually, the people of Mecca turned to polytheism and idolatry. Of all the gods worshipped, it is believed that Allah was considered the greatest and the only one without an idol. In his early teens, Muhammad worked in a camel caravan, following in the footsteps of many people his age, born of meager wealth. Working for his uncle, he gained experience in commercial trade, traveling to Syria and eventually from the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean. During his trading journey with his uncle, Muhammad met a Christian monk or hermit named Bahira, who is said to have foreseen Muhammad's career as a prophet of God. The monk said to Abu Talib, "Return with this boy and guard him against the hatred of Jews. A great career awaits your nephew." But at that time, Abu Talib didn't quite understand what the monk said, because he thought that his nephew was just a normal child. And then he thanked Bahira and returned to Mecca. In his youth time, Muhammad earned a reputation as honest and sincere, acquiring the nickname Al-Amin, meaning faithful and trustworthy, as he was liked by everyone for his good character and wisdom. In his early 20s, Muhammad began working for a wealthy merchant woman named Khadijah, 15 years his senior, and Muhammad was set out for his first business trip, followed by a servant. After they came back from their business trip, Khadijah asked her servant about Prophet's conduct. The servant amazed her by his report. He said, "This young man is the kindest I have ever seen. He never treated me harshly, as many others do. And when we were traveling in the desert under the scorching sun, there was always a cloud following us, providing us the shade. Not only that, this new employee proved to be the very good businessman as well. First, he sold the merchandise she gave to him. Then, with the profits, he bought other merchandise and resold them again, thus making double profits. Khadijah soon fell deeply in love and became attracted to this young, accomplished man and proposed marriage. Khadijah entrusted a friend named Nafisa to approach Muhammad and ask if he would consider marrying. When Muhammad hesitated because he had no money to support a wife, Nafisa asked if he would consider marriage to a woman who had the means to provide for herself. Muhammad agreed to meet with Khadijah, and after this meeting, they consulted their respective uncles. The uncles agreed to the marriage, and Muhammad's uncles accompanied him to make a formal proposal to Khadijah. Khadijah's uncle accepted the proposal, and the marriage took place. At the time of the marriage, Muhammad was 25 years old, and Khadijah was 40 years old. Over the years, the happy union brought several children. Not all lived to adulthood, but one, Fatima, who would marry Muhammad's cousin, Ali ibn Abi Talib, whom Muslims regard as Muhammad's successor. When he was roughly 40, Muhammad began having visions and hearing voices. Searching for clarity, he would sometimes meditate at Mount Hira near Mecca. On one of these occasions, the Archangel Gabriel, Jibril in Arabic, appeared to him and instructed him to recite, "In the name of your Lord." And in this was the first of many revelations that became the basis of the Quran, the holy book of Islam. These early revelations pointed to the existence of a single God, contradicting the polytheistic beliefs of the pre-Islamic Arabian Peninsula. Initially overwhelmed by the significance of what was being revealed to him, Muhammad found unflinching support in his wife and slowly began to attract followers. His strong monotheistic message angered many of the Meccan merchants. They were afraid that trade, which they believed was protected by the pagan gods, would suffer. From that point forward, Muhammad was ostracized in Mecca. For a time, the influence and status of his wife and his uncle, Abu Talib, the chief of the clan, protected Muhammad from persecution. After they died, however, Muhammad's situation in Mecca became dire. In Medina, Muhammad continued to receive divine revelations and built an ever-expanding community around the new faith. The conflict with the Quraysh continued, but after several years of violent clashes, Mecca surrendered. Muhammad and his followers soon returned and took over the city, destroying all its pagan idols and spreading their belief in one God. A few months after the farewell pilgrimage, Muhammad fell ill and suffered for several days with fever, head pain, and weakness. Muhammad died peacefully on Monday, 8 June 632 in Medina, at the age of 62, in his own house with his youngest wife, Aisha, by his side, with his head resting on Aisha's lap. Muhammad was a man of exceptional vision and administrative talent who also commanded armies in battle with incredible skill and charisma without any prior experience. Whenever Muslims in the present day hear, speak, read or write his name, they add "Peace be upon him" as a sign of respect for all he sacrificed in his life to preach the religion of peace.